Hi, everyone. Today we're going to talk about data collection. You will likely need to do data collection if you don't have the data yet. So that is why it's important. I would say there are three primary ways of collecting data. And one is the happy way, which is the low-effort way, where you can just download the data. So this is the best-case scenario. The second OK way, I would say, is to download the data using API, or Application Program Interface. What that means is you might need to write a little bit of scripting or maybe a short program to download data from a website or a data source. And it's medium effort because you do need to write the program itself. And the hardest way, I would say, is to actually have to scrape or to crawl the data. And it requires a lot of effort. And oftentimes, that means you need to look at the HTML source of a web page and identify which of the elements of the web page you want to extract, or maybe even using regular expression. And it's very brittle because web pages can often change. So there are already a lot of data that you can just download. For example, the New York Taxi data, Stack Overflow, which question answering website. If you do ever programming, actually all of you would need to do. You would need to use Stack Overflow a lot. Or Wikipedia. So you can get the whole dump of Wikipedia and use it. Or you can look at a lot of crime data. Actually, now different cities, including Atlanta, would put that crime data up on their website as well. So these are data that you can just download. And for data that you would need to write a little bit of scripting and get the data through API, there's also a fair amount. For example, Google has their own Google Data API, including Google Maps, Google Books, and so on. So that's also great. You can relatively easily get the data from them. Twitter also have the API, Firehose, or in other websites like Last.fm, Flickr, and so on. And one thing I want to point out is that the US government has a very good effort in trying to make a lot of data sets published and accessible. So data.gov is a very good first resource. So in the case where data is not really available through APIs or not available for download, such as data on Amazon, ESPN, in eBay in an earlier video, or Google Scholar, again, in an earlier video about Apollo, then for those web sources, then you do need to do the scraping, or need to write program, or writing regular expression. So this was what I would call the most highest level or highest effort way of downloading data. And this usually is the last resort. So try and see if you can download the data, you can get the data through the API. If not, then you might need to write a scraper. So what we'll look at today is a very quick overview about the three primary ways where you can download data. Just downloading them, getting them through API, or you may need to do the scraping.